Alrighty guys, so we are into the game number 2 of this best of 3 in the losers final bracket. Or is this? Yeah, this is losers final bracket. Best of 3 between the teams Brandon Does No Damage and Saving Private Mo. Saving Private Mo is now second pick. They did pretty damn well last game. Gotta say, bot lane having that unofficial penta thanks to Samuel. Of Irelia, and that Twisted Fate from Mr. Agent S was so strong that banning that I think was a really good choice. Jace playing, or Jace ban for the purple team, as well as Shen and Blitzcrank. They know that Jace is a really strong pick for Hilo, and banning out that Jace will hopefully allow them to continue to do what they did last game, because Jace AD carry is so strong with those trades and that poke. Like, there's almost nothing you can do when you're playing versus Jace lane. Of course, you gotta be playing well, but same idea. And interestingly enough, a Blitzcrank ban, and because the blue team decided to go with 2 targeted bans, they were able to pick up the Alistar. Now, Alistar can be played in 2 different positions, basically, the jungle and support positions. It looks like Vintage Staring's picking him up. Could be just picking him up for the jungler, though. It'll have to be a decision that they make as a team. If they have a better idea for a jungler, or they see someone else that they want to pick up, then of course Alistar can play support, set up some cool ganks and the like. One champion I don't see banned yet again is Morgana. If they decide to pick up Morgana, that can be quite a deadly champion. I believe Spitfire 69er played Morgana quite well last game, though TF was just everywhere across the map. He was able to do even more than she was from her position. Other champions that are open potentially, we have seen Skarner in the past from, I think Canadian was playing Skarner, and he had some really sick engages. I believe that Agent S has also played the Karthus, so they have some options there for what they want to pick up. Now, talking about what Esquire is going to be picking for the bot, or for the top lane, considering his Irelia has been banned out, I have no idea. I mean, he is a pretty decent player, at least from what it seems, and he hasn't really been forced to pick any other champions, you know. And there we go, Tarek Ezreal, pretty standard lane, and then Ravlo picking up the Amumu, which the enemy team actually had last time. But I think playing versus, there we go, Soraka being picked up. Now Soraka can be played mid, but more than likely this is going to be Vintage Staring playing support Soraka, and I think that's a decent choice, having the Alistar in the jungle, because Alistar jungle is so strong. And Agent S, baby. Mumu, Fiddlesticks, Gragas, Morgana, probably Morgana. I actually have no idea what he's doing right now. There we go, the Ahri pickup. Ahri, quite a strong champion. Throwing out that charm can charm in some enemies, obviously. If he gets that charm onto somebody when Alistar is nearby, oh no, that could be an easy kill. Now, Morgana is free, but I actually don't know how the Morgana versus Ahri lane works. I don't know who wins there. Because Morgana can spell shield. If she spell shields the charm at the correct time, then it's not going to be as effective. Ahri just has so many spells, though, at her disposal. She has her Q, obviously, which does some pretty nice damage. Throw it out, does true damage on its way back, which can be pretty sick. And Dylan Carroll picking up Olaf. I think we've seen him play Olaf once before. It was the game before this, or the game before last game. Yes, 2 games ago, basically. Spitfire 69er still has yet to pick, but he is picking versus Agent S, picks the Morgana. I figured that would be a pretty secure pickup. Morgana, along with an Amumu, can be quite sick. You have a lot of AoE potential there, and then on top of that, you have an Ender throwing in that ultimate, and Hello coming forward with the Shatter and the ultimate himself. Or not Hello, Tarek, my bad. Those two are probably going to switch, and here is possibly a Garen pickup. I think Garen would be an interesting choice versus Olaf. Garen has quite a bit of sustain from that passive, but I don't know, he seems to fall off a little bit as you get farther and farther into the game. I guess we'll have to see if he decides to lock in Garen. Could, of course, pick from a wide variety of other champions. Malphite isn't open, so he can't play that, and he wouldn't want to play that versus Olaf. I think Rumble works well versus Olaf. Unsure about Nidalee. Pantheon, though. Swain, Poppy, Orianna, Singe, Shyvana. Just pick something. Kayle. Kayle would be a cool choice. Ooh, Kennen. Yay, we're going to see a Kennen. That's cool. I like Kennen. Kennen's quite strong. That Slicing Maelstrom, his ultimate, is sick. Has stun procs, and also does a lot of damage. And oh, no. They're not going to do the Ahri support. They're not going to do it. If they do, I'll love them, but they won't do it. See Soraka mid, it'd be quite sick versus Morgana. Now they're just trolling me. It's not even cool, yo. Stop switching around. You're scaring me. Guess we'll see what ends up happening. Arablo on the sad mummy Moo. Wonder what skin he's gonna use. There's the cool sad robot Amumu. I like that one a lot. Have that one myself. I think that was the only Amumu skin that I really liked. We also have Prom King Amumu and Little Knight Amumu. Dylan Carroll, probably on the Broloff skin. Most people rock the Broloff. The Blowloff. Okay. We are into the delay. Let's talk about some of these matchups. Now, Graves Soraka, quite a strong harass lane, with Soraka giving Graves all the mana he's going to need to buckshot Ezreal and Taric in the face. But then again, Ezreal Taric, quite a strong lane for the harass, as well as the commit. If Taric gets a good stun off and runs up and shatters, Hilo can simply E through, or not, he can E forward and then use his Essence Flux and his little Q to do a bit of damage on the Samuel. Though, of course, Vintage Starring can use that heal to add some armor, so Samuel won't take as much damage, and also heal him. I wonder how that mid's going to work. As I said before, I don't know exactly how the Ahri versus Morgana lane works. And to tell you the truth, I don't really want to comment on it because I don't want to be completely wrong. I think that Morgana can do fine versus Ahri, and I think that Ahri can do fine versus Morgana, but I don't want to go either way. God, Morgana looks so creepy. She doesn't even have, like, she doesn't have pupils or anything. It's just weird. Top lane, I believe, as long as Kennen can dodge axes, and Dylan Carroll, we saw 2 games ago, he is not the best axe thrower at all. If Kennen can dodge axes, then it should be 100% fine for him to be winning that lane. But if he can't, then that's going to be kind of harsh for him. So taking a look, what other things are going to be interesting? The Alistar. This is the first time I think we've seen Alistar this entire tournament. And if Canadian can show some Alistar supremacy, run around headbutting and pulverizing people, then we can see some extreme games happen. Alistar just has so much potential to be running around. He can also steal camps pretty well, pull them out and then headbutt them into the wall and blah blah blah, and be a big cow, steal all that kind of stuff. He's just such a strong champion. I think that's why he's banned every game. Him and Malphite, those are the 2 really strong junglers at this point, like in the meta. If you try and play versus a Malphite jungler, you're going to have a bad time. I mean, you can shut him down a little bit, but as soon as he gets level 6, like, it doesn't even matter because he can just initiate ganks, initiate team fights so easily and knock you up, do a bunch of damage, and he can chase you down with his Q, which does some awesome stuff. Of course, I'm talking about the bans right now. I'm not even talking about the champions in the game. Samuel picking up that cleanse yet again. I think this is the second game we've seen him do cleanse. Hilo going the Ignite route. Cleanse does really well versus Ignite because it stops the damage from actually ticking off, which is pretty nice. And it also stops, of course, any CC that happens to happen. What we're going to see, though, is Agent S is the only person on the right team who has Ignite, which is a little bit scary, I think, because Ignite is one of those spells that can turn a fight completely around. You get the Ignite off on the correct person and they can't do any damage anymore. All of a sudden you're just in a happy position, and this is just not loading. That's beautiful. It is being a butt. Come on. Come on, client, baby. You can do this. There we go. Oh, ooh, Pharaoh, Mumu, Nottingham, Ezreal. I think that's an older skin. I have no idea, though. And Broloff, as well as Armored 5th Age Terex. So we got Team 4 skin versus Team 2 skin. Team 4 skin obviously has the skin lead because they're Team 4 skin. Whoa, we're starting out far into the game, and it's also frozen. That is beautiful. Okay. It is taking its time. It is not having a good time. League client, do something. Okay. Are we all right? Are we counting in? It's taking its time loading. This is not too great considering it looks like the red team's going to invade. I'm unsure what's happening right now. Alistar's up here. Soraka just teleported back. Holy jeez. Okay, now we just saw a vision from the future. Now we're actually getting into the game. Looks like the red team is going to be invading through the top area. Graves possibly coming down here to defend, or at least detect if the enemies decide to go through the blue area. Red team running up to the top left. Amumu is here though. As long as Amumu doesn't get caught by the charm or a flash pulverize, he should be pretty fine. He's in the correct position to be able to defend against that also. So long as Amumu doesn't move, he should be great. Graves coming around here as well, going to be joining the rest of his team. Everybody starting out with boots except for Amumu and Tarek, and those are both on the blue team. Tells me that the blue team's planning to be a little bit more passive. Obviously the positions also tell us that, but the red team, all boots, they want to be aggressive. They want to get all up in there, and they want to make sure that they can make something happen. The biggest thing about this game is aggression will win in places where passivity won't. Passivity will get you to the late game, but if the opponent is so aggressive that they stop you from being able to get there, then you're not going to be able to use your advantage that you would have normally had in that stage. So let's see what's happening here. The red team is invading towards it. Hopefully they just sit in this bush and wait for a Mumu to come, because if they do, then that can be pretty much a guaranteed kill. They know their Mumu's coming for. Oh no, there we go. They're flash pulverized. Oh, they beta flash. Okay, Spitfire has to use that binding to stop whatever was going to happen from happening. The rest of the red team is just going to hang out here, steal this for Canadian. Now Amumu is forced to go to his raids. If they steal this, are they going to fully reset it? No, they are not. Maybe they are. I'm actually kind of unsure. If you go and reset this, then you have the timer on it, which is really good for you because you can just keep control of that, whereas your opponent doesn't really know when that's going to be coming up. And it looks like they're running a 2v1 lane right now. Kennen is going to be going bot lane versus Ezreal Tarek. I think that is an interesting development in this game. Dylan Carroll is going to have a pretty hard time. He's going to have to CS with his axes, which isn't exactly his best skill to be spamming because it does cost a bit of mana, and he'll be constantly getting harassed by Vintage Starring and Samuel. Vintage Starring can use that silence to interrupt his attempts at CS, which will really set him behind. Olaf is one of those champions that I think they kind of need. Oh no, it looks like Kennen gets so close to going down. Hello and Ender able to shut him out of the lane there. In my opinion, Olaf is one of those champions where once you get into the mid game, he has to have some items. If he is getting pushed out really, really hard and he isn't able to get to his GP5s too fast, because I think playing in 2v1 lane, you're going to have to go GP5s. If he's not able to get there too fast, then he's going to have a hard time coming mid lane or mid game. If you don't have any items, you don't have enough health, you can't really be the super spammy tank dude that you want to be. Axe is hitting Samuel. A little bit of harass going on the tower. I think an interesting idea would be pushing down this tower as fast as possible and then switching back lanes. I saw, who was that did that? It was a big tournament recently. Some team, they played this super aggressive style. Their main goal was to push down the lane, and they're playing a 2v1, push down the lane, and then go ahead and go ahead and switch lanes back, because the opponent will be so weak from not actually having any not actually having any CS, that the 2v1 laner from down below will be able to get something done. Now we have a double gank coming in here. Esquire hopping forward. It looks like Canadian might know. Oh, the charm lands actually. There's the flash pulverize, headbutt out of there. First blood for Ari. Canadian goes down to Ezreal. Hilo taking a bit of damage. And now Hilo actually has double buffs. This is going to be vicious for him. He's going to be able to get very aggressive on Esquire, even if Alistar is in the area. As soon as Tarek gets there, of course, he's going to be able to be so aggressive. So they spot out where Amumu is. They can see him moving through there. He has not had a blue buff yet this game. It's very unfortunate for him. Agent S also has a blue buff now, so that's very definitely a good position for her to be in. Esquire getting caught out by that Q. God, this is going to be very hard for Kennen to be able to do anything in this lane now, because Hilo can simply EQ auto attacks like a W, and he'll be able to just wipe the floor with Kennen. Really get what he needs to get done there. Agent S getting the charm off just as he gets binded. I think that's a really strong position to be in there. Normally with Morgana, you're going to want to have your shield up as you go to do something like a binding playing against an Ahri, because otherwise, you won't be able to get your full combo off of binding and pool. And Ahri was able to play pretty well there and use that charm off exactly when she needed to. There we go, the Q hitting right through that. Orbit Deception, as it's called. It is quite a strong spell. I mean, Orbit Deception does so much damage, especially the true damage as it comes back through. And it looks like Alistar is coming around. Could have an Alistar engage here on Agent S, who is, or at least on Spitfire, while Agent S is pretty low. Looks like the top turret is going to be getting taken down, or at least getting close to taken down. Did Olaf just die or something? Where is that guy? Oh, he's back up top. I couldn't see him for some reason. Agent S kind of having to back off there. Top turret is almost down. Like, it is so close. If this turret goes down, then Olaf can get zoned even harder, or they can do the little switch that I think they might be doing. Samuel still up here pushing. Amumu is so far behind at this point, he can't really gank. He mainly has to focus on getting his GP5s by farming as fast as possible. Ahri heading back towards the mid lane, and it looks like Kennen might be heading up top, or at least he's in the mid area. I think they could be planning for maybe a dragon, preparing for that. Canadian coming around here a little bit. The red team is quite pushed in this top area. There we go. Morgana using her binding, and oh, the stun onto Agent S from Ender. Foxfires hit Tarek there, do a little bit of damage. Esquire versus Hilo, level 4 versus level 6. Not a good time for him. He has had to go Doran Shield. Can't really build up to the items that he wants yet. It looks like he is he's definitely going AP. I mean, it'd be kind of silly to go AD. One thing, I think a lot of people are familiar with is planning for AP, but while you're in lane, you get 2 Doran's Blades, so you get that extra AD because your harass will be strong. And it'll really increase the power of your auto attacks. It'll make you have a nice little lead in the harassing facility against most champions. I think especially playing against someone like Olaf, if you were to do that, get the double Dorans, you can push him out of lane quite easily and really turn your lane into just a farm fest and hopefully some kills. So this mid lane Morgana versus Ahri has been going pretty well for both of them, really. Morgana has been doing decent, 53 CS, 54, 55, blah, blah, blah. She can push really well. And Ahri has also gotten a kill, and I think that was from when she went down bottom and got a kill onto Tarek. She got the first blood there. Ooh, the binding just misses. Agent S really trying to make sure that she can get all of this farm. It is kind of hard when your main damage spells don't fully kill the enemies. That's quite hard to make sure that happens. Spitfire having a spell shield because those Foxfires can do so much damage. Dylan Carroll is down here now. So now it is a 2v1. Dylan Carroll and Esquire decided to stay. The blue team decided to send Dylan Carroll back down. Canadian getting his red buff. That means he can get some more ganks in. He's 0-1-1 at this point. And oh, this is actually a 3v1 lane right now. Whereas Hilo is up top, and Tarek is coming through the middle. This is kind of everybody's everywhere in this game. It's pretty silly. Rablo down in this bot area can't really stay here for too long. He doesn't have much CS. He doesn't have any assists. and he doesn't have any kills, and he only has 1 GP5. If he stays here on this tower, he's just going to be losing gold constantly. Like, there's so much potential for money to be made for him. Ooh, there's the teleport top from Mr. Kennen, but he's not able to get anything done because Ezreal can simply E away, and he also has flash up. This game is quite interesting. Ooh, there's Hilo. Poking Esquire a little bit. Level 8 versus level 7. Now we have red team down bottom. Somewhat as I predicted. I predicted that it would be Esquire versus Olaf top, so messed up a little bit there, but it's definitely Esquire coming back up top. He should be able to freeze this in a decent position if he decides that's what he wants to do. It looks like he isn't. He's trying to auto-attack push this. If he auto-attack pushes it, he can head mid, and they might be able to get that turret down as well. It's kind of an idea of what they could be doing. Always like to throw out stuff like that, just potentials. You know, I wanna provide knowledge while at the same time allowing you guys to imagine what you would like as well. Esquire trying to go in on Hilo. His lightning rush just kind of missed there a little bit. Wasn't able to fully get onto Hilo. Agent S is here. If he throws down that charm and it hits Taric or Morgana, that could be a pretty bad position for either of them, really. You do not want to get caught by that charm, especially when Samuel's here with that high damage burst from Graves. Going a BF sword first instead of going anything like double Doran's, you are going to have a lot of AD and a lot of burst potential. So I think we're going to be seeing some fun things develop in the mid game here. Everyone has been all over the map, essentially. And these guys are pretty darn even at this point. The red team is winning by about 800 gold, but at this point, that's not exactly the most. You know, that's one objective and like a kill and a bunch of assists, or a kill or 2 kills, you know? It's not the largest difference, not the largest gap between these teams. Samuel auto-attacking the minions, making sure that they get all auto-attackified. And now Agent S is down bottom versus Dylan Carroll. This has been some silly stuff, just all around different positions for these guys. Like, they are everywhere around this map. Samuel mid with Vintage Starring, and now there's 3 people mid. So Agent S is alone in the bottom. At the same time, we have Kennen up top alone. Dylan Carroll using his ultimate there. Kind of out of position. Tried to get some kills off onto Ari, but she was able to get away with use of her ultimate and the like. I think this is an excellent game to be casting because these teams have played once before, and I actually don't know if they played before this, but they played once before, and they both really they have an idea of how they should be playing versus the other team, and it's showing because before, in the previous game, the red team would be like demolishing at this point. I think at 12 minutes there was like a 6 kill difference, something like that. So you can see that they're definitely closing that gap now. Samuel still doing really well, 102 CS, but Mr. Hilo has been free farming for quite some time. He's at 111 with a kill, has Bloodthirster a lot faster than Graves does. Graves can be building up to a Bloodthirster or an Infinity Edge. Both are pretty viable options for him. He just has to make that choice, make the decision as to what he wants to do. Bloodthirster is an interesting. Oh, there we go. Ender gets caught. Samuel kills Ender with that ultimate. The Ezreal ultimate comes through, catches out Agent S, and the ultimate from Morgana finishes casting. Hilo is here. There is the exhaust onto him, and can Samuel get out of here? It's so close. No, the binding. The cleanse just stops the ignite from finishing him off. Excellent job there. He's leaving now. There's a slicing maelstrom on top of Spitfire. Spitfire goes down. Hilo is a little bit out of position, gets headbutted, knocked up, and Kennen is here now. This is not very good for them. There we go. Canadian actually gets the kill. Excellent job there for the red team. Making a pretty big play there with everybody collapsing in. Same time, they're giving up the bottom turret, which is a little bit unfortunate, but they've already taken the top turret, and now they're taking the mid turret. So if they give up that bottom turret, it isn't actually as big of a deal as you might think. Sure, it sets the red or the blue team back on the path to recovery, but they're really behind at this point. I mean, 1,500 gold at 14 minutes. That's halfway through a big item, and someone important has that gold. And that is, it's actually kind of a combination between Ari and Kennen. The more gold that Kennen gets, the more happy he's going to be, and this can be pretty bad for Vintage Starring. Gets the silence off onto Spitfire. Red team gets that dragon. Harablo he has been struggling so much. He has 2 GP5s at this point in boots, 58 CS at 14 minutes. If you've been farming like he has, or has been trying to at least, you should have a little bit better than that. One thing that I think is kind of cool is that Mr. Tarek has decided to go double GP5 before boots. And normally you're going to see GP5 and boots, but he went double before boots, which is kind of crazy. Soraka actually getting double GP5s and boots of mobility, which I think is kind of an interesting choice, considering Soraka not exactly known for one of those champions that you go boots of mobility on, because why would you need it, right? Like, I can understand getting it on someone like Alistar, getting it on Janna maybe if you're going early Oracle, something like that. I don't think Soraka has an early Oracle though, so it is definitely an interesting development to see. So let's see what's going on the map so far. Esquire is top lane, harassing Hilo as much as he can. Dylan Carroll has been trying to farm down here, engaging hard on Samuel along with Harablo. The ultimate goes off. Samuel taking so much damage, he's going to go down. Dylan Carroll gets the kill onto Samuel. Excellent job there. Esquire, though, underneath, or using his ultimate, getting exhausted. He goes down to Hilo. Excellent play there by Hilo, as well as Tarek able to finish off that Esquire there. Even though Kennen was... Kennen was pretty much beating down on Hilo, as soon as Tarek showed up and Hilo was able to get out of that ultimate, he just kind of was able to secure that death. Am I talking about Esquire or Hilo? I can't remember. I keep getting confused, like that Harablo going for his red buff. I think that's like the second red buff that he's gotten so far, maybe third. Excuse me, he's been pretty behind when it comes down to stuff like that. We already saw his blue buff getting taken early, which really put him behind, and that's kind of the deficit he's been fighting this entire game, fighting to try and get some more strength, or some more strength for his champion. It's really important. Ooh, Ender getting knocked back by Canadian. Being a little bit comedic there. There's the chug from Dylan. Trying to slow down Samuel a little bit, play a little bit of harass. Stun goes off, hits Samuel. Another chug. They're really trying to force this turret down. It looks like they're going to be able to do that quite easily. Dylan Carroll and Ender have to back off. Dylan Carroll looks like he's building up to a frozen mallet early. That's a pretty standard item on Olaf because it gives him health. And whiffing the Q. Actually, never mind. It hit Vintage Starring. But whiffing his original target, which was Agent S. Very unfortunate for him. They both have blue buffs, which is kind of cool. Dylan Carroll throwing that axe over the wall there to hit Mr. Alistar, but not able to do too much with that. Harablo has his red buff now. I think if they got in a team fight right now, they might be able to get something done, but Harablo is... he's pretty far behind. We tried to talk about that before. I think the same thing almost applies to Alistar. Oh no, Agent S getting caught out there by that binding. He was really out of position there. I mean, there was a lot of different stuff he could have done instead of going around that way, but he decided to do so, and he ended up paying the consequences. More wave clearing from Morgana. Morgana's doing pretty darn well right now, 126 CS, 2-1-0. The next closest, or I guess that'd be Ari, 123 CS, 1-2-1, so she's beating Ari at least, but she hasn't gone back for quite some time. Looks like she's going to go back now, possibly get her Zhonya's. Ari has gotten that death cap, doesn't have a boots level 2 yet, which I find kind of funny, but has gotten that death cap, and then right after that, we have the 280 carries who are in the lead for CS. Mr. Ezreal at 169, 2-1-1, and Graves at 151, 1-1-0. They're building somewhat similarly, except we have Ezreal most assuredly going for that Trinity Force after the Bloodthirster. I think that's a decent itemization choice, because the Trinity Force does add a lot to Ezreal's kit. We've talked about this before, about how strong it can be. But Graves, if he gets that Phantom Dancer, which it looks like he might be building up to, either the Phantom Dancer or he goes for the Infinity's Edge, then Ezreal can just kind of get insta-murked by his whole EQ combo. EQ dash Q dash buckshot OP. It's like Kennen is heading down. If Kennen manages to catch up and get in behind him, no, he's heading top. Okay, interesting. Could see a little bit of Kennen split push. If Kennen can get a turret down, that'd be pretty sick. I don't think he will be able to though. Someone's gonna go back for him. They know where Harablo is, because it looks like they don't have a ward in that bush, but they saw that Mr. Amumu, I keep saying Mr. Blah, they saw that Amumu headed off to the right and he didn't go through the bush, so they know that he's in one of two places. Either he went down and wants to go bot lane, which wouldn't really make any sense, or he is just waiting there to try and banish off somebody. Which, as we saw, was the case. Blue team trying to catch somebody out there, not able to do so. Good job for the red team. They didn't get caught. Agent S walking through the mid lane with that blue buff. If he gets caught out, this could be pretty bad for him. Ooh, actually catching a Harablo and doing a bunch of damage to him. Harablo does have the Aegis now, which I think is a pretty strong choice for Amumu. There's a lot of different stuff you can get. Oh, actually gets charmed, but it doesn't really matter. He just engages in. Dylan Carroll gets the kill onto Ahri. Now they're chasing down Canadian. If they manage to kill him, that true damage doing so much damage. Double kill for Olaf. That is going to be pretty much a free dragon. Their jungler has been slain, as has their mid AP carry. Then we only have Kennen to really worry about. That's not that big of a deal, especially considering you have a spell shield, a stun, and an Olaf. You have two stuns. Two stuns and a binding. 3 stuns and a binding. Yeah, that's what you have. And like a slow. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Looks like Morgana is either building a Rabadon's or building the what is the thing called? Zonias. That's the thing I was trying to think of. So either the Rabadons or Zonias. More than likely the Zonias, because you know Rabadons, it doesn't add as much AP as you might think early on. I mean, after you already have an item, I think it's a good choice to get a Rabadon's ASAP, because that will add to your whole damage boost. If you're playing a champion like Vladimir, though, you don't really need to. If you're playing a champion, actually, if you're playing a lot of different champions, you don't really need to rush that Rabadon's. You only need to really rush it on champions that need the damage, don't need any other things, such as the health bonus that you might get from Rylai's. They don't need the use of Zonias to make sure that their team fights are actually good. They don't need things such as the Abyssal Scepter's defensive and offensive stats, and things like that. You know, there are very few champions that are like that. Maybe Brand, something like that. Getting a little bit caught out of position there. Ender forced to use that flash. That was pretty scary for the red team, or for the blue team there. Fender would have got caught out. That could have been a bad time for him. Oh, my mouse is going crazy. Let's go back into directed camera. Yay! Samuel heading back now. I wonder what he's going to buy. Probably his Phantom Dancer. If he finishes off that Phantom Dancer, he can do a lot of work onto... God damn it, mouse. Stop it. Stop it, mouse. Okay, there we go. He can do a lot of damage. See how he finishes that Phantom Dancer, and along with his base attack speed. Gosh darn it, mouse. Stop that. Leave that over there. Okay. Along with his base attack speed boost from his dash, he should be able to do quite a bit of damage. I believe the name of the dash is Quick Shot. Triple GP5 from the support on the red team. How many on the blue team? Only double. So the red team support should be able to catch up a bit, and I think Soraka is going to be her best when she starts to get a little bit of AP and maybe some CDR. You know, building up the Shurelias early can be a really strong idea. Enderex actually getting caught out by that ward there, getting chased down. There's another ward. He's taking so much damage right now. Will he be able to go down? It's going to be close, but yes, there we go. Esquire gets the kill, however, Parablo and the Olaf are right here. Hilo is off to the side as well. Agent S getting so aggressive. Can she get a kill, though? Doesn't really look like it. It's super close. Hilo taking so much damage. He does not go down, though. Oh, now he definitely. The Esquire strength of his Slicing Maelstrom, his ultimate, is so huge indeed. The magic spell shield thing was on Mr. Olaf, but it wasn't really too needed, you know? So now the red team, what are they going to do? I wonder, could they just defend for a Baron attempt, or Baron defend attempt? I'm actually unsure what they're going to do here. Perhaps back off. I think they might actually back off because Olaf and Tarek are both middle. Oh no, they're going for it. And off comes the rest of the blue team. They do not have an Oracles here, so they haven't been able to see that, you know, there's some wards there. They know what's going to happen if you decide to go for that. But at the same time, Dylan Carroll has the Oracles, so he clears that. There's still one ward there. It's kind of a scary position for both teams, really. You know, they know that they have Oracles. You know that they know where you are, basically. But you still have to run around. You still have to clear those things out, especially when you're talking about like Baron wards, because that is so important. If you clear out your opponent's Baron wards and they don't replant ASAP, then they could be in pretty much dire straits there. So, good job there, clearing out those wards, getting the Oracles. Kind of surprised to see that Olaf doesn't have another Oracles, or Soraka, or someone doesn't have Oracles on the red team. They've been pretty good so far about that Oracles and making sure to use it on champions that will be able to survive the most, and also just use it in general to make sure that they do not lose the early game map advantage. So they're doing Baron right now, and the rest of the blue team is nowhere to be found. It looks like this might be a free Baron. Baron is taking a bit of damage. Almost a steal there. So the red team gets it, but then the blue team engages because the red team is so weak. Esquire using that ultimate to try and get a kill off. So close. Harabla looks like he's going to go down. Now Dylan might go down. The Spitfire is here with that ultimate. I think that was a little bit of a mistake to use that Zonia's there because, you know, your opponents are so weak. Why not just walk with them and hit that off on somebody? Binding just misses Canadian. Trying to back off. No, it does not work. Hello is able to secure that instead. Dylan Carroll coming up. Trying to go in for some CS. As is Hilo. I think they're being little trolls on each other. If Hilo is able to get pretty farmed, it's great, but it's also nice to have your Olaf farmed. Though at this point, Hilo is ridiculous. He has 239 CS, 5, 2, and 4. That is a lot of money right there, potential. So he does have that Trinity Force and the Bloodthirster, as I thought he might be going for. Gets that. Now his attack damage is going to be pretty brutal. Okay. Mr. Vintage Starring here, harassing Hilo a little bit. I think that's about what you want to be doing, except for when Tarek's in the area, because then Samuel will take him down to Olaf. Starring uses that ultimate. Not able to save Ari, though. Ari goes down. Now the blue team is just applying a lot of pressure, which I really like. Gotta apply that pressure, you gotta make sure you are staying ahead. We try and talk about this every match, but if you're ahead, get more ahead. It's from Tasteless and Tasteless and Artosis. Both those guys know what they're talking about when they're talking about this game. Maybe it actually was from Day 9, I'm not sure. I remember hearing it a lot on Complicated on that, but I don't remember hearing it a lot. Actually, I remember hearing a lot from Day 9 as well. Huh. It's kind of a interesting position. There we go. Esquire getting caught out right now, taking a lot of damage. Goes down almost instantly. The blue team was roaming as 5, and that is unfortunate for Mr. Esquire. He tried to go through that area, and he just got caught out instantly. Got insta-murked. Ender with the stun, Dylan with the true damage. Hilo with the auto attacks, and the rest with the rest. Pretty powerful. Hendrix actually destroys the turret. I always love to see when supports destroying objectives and the like. It's kind of funny. And they do get a little bit of extra gold if you destroy stuff like Dragon, or even the enemy main base. If you destroy that, you get extra gold, which is pretty cool. Because you're totally going to need it at the end of the game. Binding almost catches somebody. She's forced to use her spell shield though, because otherwise she won't be able to not die. Ari will have used her charm. If it catches Morgana, she's pretty much dead. She does now have her Zonias though, so when it comes to team fight, she's going to be able to hopefully coordinate herself into a position that really helps her team out with that ultimate. Big Wraith gets pulled out all the way, which is kind of funny. Samuel, mid lane, trying to farm up to the Ezreal level of farminess. Esquire doing the same thing. 105 CS, 0-2 and 8. It's not exactly the best for Mumu. Agent S, you know, he's doing pretty damn good this game. When it comes to the like getting caught all the time. Why did I say that? He's not doing too good this game. I knew what I wanted to say. I just said it weird. Yeah, he's not doing too great this game. 1-6-3. We saw him last game do pretty darn well, but this game, it seems like either Ari isn't his champion, or Morgana is definitely Spitfire 69ers. Vintage starring thing awards. That's a smart idea for him. Get all these wards down, get extra gold, make sure your team has all the vision and your opponent does not. If you make sure of exactly that, you are going to have a good time. Dylan Carroll kind of backing off now with that Oracle's Spitfire 69er. Looks like he's building up to a Rabadon's now. So Rabadon's after you get a Zonias is actually a pretty darn good idea. You get that Zonias and you get 100 ability power. You get that Rabadon's and you get 30% extra on top of that. So you actually get 130. And then on top of that you also get the I can't remember, I think it was 130 that you get from Rabadon's. Let's find out. 140 ability power, which is quite a bit. You know? With 140 ability power, you're gonna be sitting in a pretty place. So the blue team mostly grouped up in this mid area. Red team somewhat coming towards them. Looks like Alistar's here. Kennan's on his way. Uh-oh. Ezreal is out of position. If they manage to catch anybody here, it's going to be game over, I think, for the blue team, because it is 3v5 right now in the mid lane. Ezreal trying to come back. Morgana trying to come back as well. If they can just engage before that happens, then I think they will win this. Graves using that, the auto attacks, are using her charm and the like. Hello over here. Hello with the 290 CS. That guy's doing it. He always just seems to have the highest CS in the game, which is awesome to see. Staring on that Soraka. He has the Shirelias, as does Alistar, which I think is an excellent choice. Get Shirelias on Alistar, you can run around everywhere faster, which is a pretty important task. You'll be able to run fast. One thing else that I find cool is that Kennen is doing pretty well. And there we go. The stun followed by the cleanse and big team fight going on right now. Didn't do a lot of damage to everybody. He gets taken. Oh no, actually Terra gets taken out. Spitfire 69er in the middle of everyone, trying to get something done. Running. Oh, flashes just as Alistar hops on top of her. Herablo getting chased down right now, and I think he's gonna go down. Herablo not having a good time here. Oh, there's the rest of the team actually. The rest of the team is down here. Esquire trying to chase them down. I think he can definitely make it because of his Lightning Rush. As long as he doesn't get caught by Binding, which he just did. Oh no, Lightning Rush forward and W. Lightning Rush forward and W. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Oh, he just misses it. Oh, and hits the minion. Poor little guy. So he's not able to hit that the W, the Mark of the Storm, whatever it's called. Instead, he's just going to have to go for this turret along with Alistar and Soraka. Dylan Carroll is going to try and defend. He has the Oracles, he has the Axes, he has the LOL, I'm Olaf. He's pretty happy, actually. He has that Shirelias that we talked about last game. He also has the big hammer thing. It looks like he's building up to... I don't know what he's building up to. I'm kind of confused. He has a Kindle Gem. Oh, he's building up to Zeke's Herald. That's what he's doing. Okay, cool. Zeke's Herald, a really excellent choice on this team where you have an Alistar, or not an Alistar, a Ezreal. Ezreal works really well with having more attack speed because he likes doing damage, and that's like a big part of it, having good attack speed. Oh! Almost getting caught there. Mr. Kennan gets so close to dying, but he's able to get away. Double ward over the wall. Not really too many wards on the left team. Mostly wards on the right team. You know what? That's where we'll see your difference most of the time. In games like this, where these guys are pretty darn evenly matched, you're going to see that difference in areas that you might not think, like the wards, the ward coverage, the oracles. If someone keeps buying oracles, you know, I actually don't know what that would mean exactly. I mean, oracles are a good thing, but if you keep dying, not exactly the best thing. You just run out of money really fast. This kind of depends. So the red team is coming over here. Vintage, using that Oracles to be able to clear that out. Trying to check in there to make sure there are none. Taking a lot of damage right now. Poor Honorable. He's just getting poked to death because of the Shirelias as well as the Aegis, and he's building up to a Glacial Shroud and what might be a Abyssal Scepter. I guess he'll just have to figure that one out as he goes along. Graves with the Infinity Edge and the Bloodthirster, along with a Phantom Dancer, which can be quite a lot. Brablo trying to get out of here now. There's the Shirelias from the blue team trying to get a lot of damage done. Esquire holds everybody back there while the rest of the blue team is able to, or the rest of the red team is able to clean up Mr. Tarek. Blue team, or the red team is attempting this now. Blue team trying to come up from behind them. Hilo, what can you do, buddy? Binding goes on to staring. Taking a lot of damage. But she heals. And she might be alright. No, she does not. So Morgana's able to kill him. And this is kind of close. Spitfire 69 running off. No, the charm hits him. Dylan trying to run, as is Hilo. LOL. Mr. Alistar getting chased down. Hilo not having a good time. Okay, never mind, he's having an amazing time. Rex Alistar. And she goes down. He goes down. She gets a kill. There we go. Double kill. Yay! She got the double kill. I'm excited. Sammy heading to the mid lane to get out his farm. It's a lot of farm. If he can get it all, he might actually be able to do something here because he is quite a bit behind Ezreal at this point. 315 to 290 with the 2 kill difference. And also a 2 assist difference. That is not nice for him. Not nice for him at all. Kennen is pushing bottom now. Looks like he's building up to the official item of AP carries, which would be the Rabadon's Death Cap. If he gets that when he has all that AP, it's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be so amazing if Kennen is able to get a full ultimate off. Corky, God, he's so fed. He has Bloodthirster, Infinity Edge, and Trinity Force, and now he's building up to a Phantom Dancer, I think. I hope. Esquire going for this dragon. 4, 2, and 7 at this point. Pretty decent score. Agent S using that Foxfire to try and get a kill there. They do manage to get a kill. I think it's going to be pretty much a dragon fight game. You know, you got to keep fighting for that dragon. Oh, Dylan almost missed that. He got so close to missing. Unfortunate for him. If he would have missed that, that would have been pretty sick. Could have died. Could have had his team die actually, because he's the only one on there with oracles. It'd be all right if Harablo or Ender X has the oracles, but they do not. So Dylan, you be careful, buddy. Be careful. Bot lane pushing out to the turrets like he was trying to talk about before. Force gets S, so okay. One Carol pushing this mid area. What's going on right now? Looks like they are having a little bit of a fight. Agent S catching him with that charm. Esquire pushing the bot lane. I think this is a good time for them to attempt the Baron, though Esquire does have that teleport if they go for that teleport right now. Traps, oh no! Blue turret goes down. Are they going to have the teleport come in? Yes, he has already teleported in. It looks like the Baron is taking a lot of damage. No, it's not going to go down. Ravlo hops forward. So much AoE damage going right now. Esquire uses that ultimate, getting caught out by the Morgana. They both use their Zonias there. And Spitfire goes down as well. Agent S hopping forward to try and get something done. Try, run with that snare. Yes, it catches him. He goes down to Soraka of all things. Hendrix also goes down. And I think the only person left is, yes, Ezreal. He has to run away. Turret is going to go down as well. Now they're just going to push. I think that's a good choice. Just push, just push, just push. Get these turrets. Get that. Yes, they get the inhibitor. And now they have two outer turrets they can go for. They can go for bottom, or they can, hop forward and hit Hilo. Just to be annoying. Though Hilo is going to kite, because he does have that red buff in the Essence Flux. So now they're just going to go back to Baron, it looks like. And I think they have enough time to be able to finish this off. Nice. I thought they actually had Baron there. Wow. No, they did not steal that. Cool. So, Vintage Staring just going to tank this until Canadian gets there. He's taking a bunch of damage. Oh, the Ezreal ulti doing so much. Alistar is here. Baron Nashor goes down for the red team. So now they're going to try and back off and back. Oh no, Agent S, you almost got caught using that ultimate to just jump away from the Amumu, who almost caught it with the binding. So they're going to back off. Now it's a matter of simply defending for. Oh no, Agent S gets caught out. The Flash even ends to catching Hilo with that Q. There, secures the kill, as does, Spitfire using the ultimate. Will they be able to get caught? No, no one gets caught. Excellent job there. The Flash Pulverize actually misses. No, Hilo's doing so much work here. Red, you guys got caught. This is bad. You couldn't get caught after you guys got that Baron, because you guys were kind of, oh no, the big ultimate from Esquire doing so much damage to everybody, catching everyone there. Spitfire goes down. Samuel's dominating now. Oh, that was so sick. Esquire from behind, and by behind I mean from in front. He did some work there, and I think now they're going to push, try and take out the turret, try and take out the inhibitor, or at least try and take out the turret and maybe the next turret. Take out those two things and you're going to be doing pretty much fine, you know? Then you can just back off, because you do not want to overcommit at this point. If you overcommit, you're going to be in this shitty position where all of a sudden your Baron buff doesn't mean anything, almost like what happened earlier. Dylan Carroll, he dies to the minion. Oh, that is comedic. Dies to the big minion. What a comedian, that guy. I knew he did it just for me. Not really, actually. He probably just died because he didn't realize that monster minions are scary. They're not actually called monster minions. That's not their name. Super minions. So now the red team's going to back off, going by items. Graves is going to be able to finish off his Guardian's Angel, which I think is super important. And Alistar, he might be able to finish off that little Frozen Heart he's been working on. Kennen, almost, I think he's going to have 5 items as soon as he goes back. Almost at 6. That's pretty sick. Ooh, look at that Alistar pickup. Finishes the Frozen Heart, and then gets the Blade Mail so he can build up to that Randuin's Omen. If he gets Randuin's Omen, he's going to be super happy. And Graves has a full build at this point. I was talking earlier about how strong Corki's going to be, but like Graves, I think I actually don't know. I feel like Graves is a stronger late game champion, like he outscales. Why did I say Corki? I meant Ezreal. My bad. He definitely outscales Ezreal. Ezreal just has a really nice early game. For some reason, I saw the Triforce and just thought Ezreal. And I've also seen Hilo. I thought Corki. I keep confusing myself when I'm trying not to confuse myself. Isn't that beautiful? 10, 5, and 7 at this point. 366 CS. He should be able to almost have all of his items. If he gets the Guardian's Angel next, I mean, he might be able to turn around a team fight, but it is so close right now. 2 inhibitors down. If the blue team can just have one good fight go for them, they can possibly turn this game around, because they are quite strong at this point. They do have good team fights. Canadian eating a little bit of action there. Harabel using his binding, but it lands on a minion instead of onto someone that he wanted it to, which is a little bit unfortunate for them. 1,000 damage crits from Graves. That is ridiculous. If that hits any of the people who don't have too much armor, so that would be not too many people except maybe like Olaf. If that hits Olaf, that's going to do work. And Harablo hopping in, but he is not able to use his ultimate, just getting knocked around. He is so low, spell immune. He almost dies. Holy jeez. Now I think the red team is going to be able to push this out and pretty much win. They're just trying to poke right now. Samuel trying to poke down this turret, which I think is really good. That's exactly what you want to be doing. Poke this down. Canadian hopping forward. Use onto Hilo. Will Hilo go down? The ultimate from Esquire actually gets caught by the binding, and that is unfortunate for him. Canadian pushing Harablo around. Dylan Carroll is doing quite a lot of damage here. He's trying to get out of there. The Foxfires connect with him, however. He goes down. Ari gets a double kill. Will Hilo go down? Headbutt, pulverize. Hilo, they're trying to dive him, but not really. Okay, turrets go down. I think it's GG. Oh, gets caught with the binding, and one shot by Samuel. GG. Game. Actually, I think that's game, set, match there. Now, that's third place then for Brandon Does No Damage. And now we're going to the winners finals, or grand finals, my bad. It's pretty exciting. That will be Panda Police versus what the hell is their name? What? Saving Private Mo. I can't remember that name for some reason. Okay, guys, I've been reminding you all that yesterday. I'm going to remind you all that today. $10 RP giveaway on Twitter. Use hashtag YEGOpen and follow OK Gaming to enter. Also, make sure to check out some of our other sponsors, such as MaxFrag at maxfrag.net. They're pretty cool guys. Legendary Hunger, check out Oodle Noodle. They deliver all around the city. 780-278-7877. They are, of course, noodle places. League of Legends night every Thursday night, here at the OverKlocked Gaming place, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. $10 for members, $50 for non-members. And of course, make sure to follow Overclock and all their cool stuff, such as twitter.com/OKGaming, facebook.com/OverKlocked and youtube.com/OverKlockedEdmonton, as well as overclock.com. Edmonton Gamers as well. Follow them at EdmontonGamers.com, twitter.com/EdmontonGamers, youtube.com/EdmontonGamers, and facebook.com/EdmontonGamers.